Hey, what's up, guys? This is Elo Speaks back again with another video. So, as you know, if you watching this video, previously I made a video about Stephen A. Smith and his issues that pertaining with Kwame Brown, but I'm not gonna get too much of that. I want to strictly focus this on Stephen A. Smith. When it comes to this situation, Stephen A. Smith got berated and blasted last week for what he did as regards to how he responded to Kwame Brown, and I gave my take on the situation. I thought it was cowardly. I thought it was bitch made on his part. I'm trying not to use so much profanity, but when it comes to Stephen A. Smith, he has a lot of feminine energy. He's very emotional and really passive aggressive in how he approaches people, or how he interacts with certain athletes or people who disagree with him, and I think it's cowardly on his part. He likes to berate certain black athletes in terms of how he conducts critiquing them. Certain people he favors, and other people, if he doesn't favor them, he goes at them like an attack dog, specifically if they're not in the know with the powers that be. So that's a whole nother issue. But what I want to focus on that is whenever Steven gets called out, or be called a quote-unquote coon, even though that's used in the wrong context, he likes to be heavy into the politics and pro-black, and that's one of the things that made me really turned off about First Take and the whole political jargon on a sports talk show, which pissed me off because that didn't make no sense. Because I understand that sometimes it intertwines with politics and sports, but if I want to go into politics, I'll go watch CNN or Fox Sports News. But again, when I'm watching sports, I want it to be strictly about sports. I don't care what the athlete thinks politically. Whatever they choose to represent, whether it's a Republic or a Democrat, that's their business. That's between them and their family, and whatever I choose to represent is between me and my family. So when they start blurring out stuff regarding politics, and specifically they don't know what the hell that they're talking about, it just makes them look ignorant on their part. And then there's idiots like Stephen A. Smith that tells athletes that they need to speak up more on political issues, when it's in reverse. They need to stop speaking on political issues because they don't know what they're talking about. They're getting their palms greased by higher ups that's telling them to represent these brands, these movements, and they don't have no idea the origin of these brands and movements and what they represent, truly the agenda that they're pushing behind these movements. So again, I don't want to hear nothing from these athletes and what they have to say. I just want to see them play whatever particular sport that they're playing, and then enjoy myself as regards to that. But Stephen A. Smith is a heavy race baiter in terms of how he wants to critique athletes, or how you want to articulate his debates. And it's kind of like egregious and disgusting to watch, because every month or so he's in a race-based conversation where he has to bring up race as regards to how black people are being treated in this society, even though it's not called for, and it's just annoying, and it just makes it more nauseating to watch First Takes. And that's the reason why I don't particularly like to watch the show no more, because it's too damn liberal. So Stephen A. Smith came on the show with a jacket, a pro-black jacket on, that Donovan Mitchell had done, representing HBCU colleges and stuff like that. And Stephen A. Smith always does that when he gets called out for being a quote-unquote coon or a house Negro, or the white man's lapdog, or so far and so forth. He likes to lay it on thick by trying to be pro-black, support black organizations, even though he's a boule and he's part of a Greek fraternity organization and stuff like that. He tries to lay it on thick by trying to be black, act like he's for the people, but deep down he's not. He's just an intermediary for the powers that be. He's a blue day Negro. He's telling people how to think, telling people what they should do, when what his job is to be a reporter and a commentary for a particular sports, and give a hot take on what he think a particular sport is. When he starts delving into the race and politics and life situations, that's when things get blurry, and that's when people get turned off by it. Now, right now, as I speak, he's going in a tizzy right now with the whole coaching job situation because Brad Stevens just stepped down as the head coach for the Boston Celtics, and he's going to be working up in the front office. So now the head coaching job is available. I heard that David Fizdale might be getting the job, but again, like Stephen A. Smith always does, he went on a tangent and started saying black athletes need to speak up for black coaches and need to do this and that. Always have to race bait, always. And Shannon Sharp does the same thing too, but it's just Shannon Sharp, at least when they do it, the topic is about the race or a particular topic regarding racial injustices. So it's bad, and I don't want to hear that, but I guess he has the right to talk about it because that's what the topic is about. But Steven he'll talk about a whole topic, and then he'll end up saying, I'm a black man in a racist country and blah blah and all this BS, and it's just so redundant and stupid, and it just turns people off when he does that. And then obviously when he does that, he wants to appeal to the black people. He wants to act like he's down for the cause and stuff like that, but really he's not. He's just a corporate suit. So I just don't respect him as regards to that. All the stuff Kwame Brown, while I don't agree with how he was berating him and going personal, a lot of the stuff he said about Stephen A. Smith is true. He does like to antagonize people, certain people that he don't particularly like if they're not, playing ball with him, or some people that he is like cool with. He's not gonna berate them even if they do play bad. He's gonna sugarcoat it, and that's why I can't respect people like that. I don't like biasness. If you're gonna call it fair down the middle. If you're gonna be biased, at least be honest about it. Like me, I'm honest about my biasness in terms of certain players. So you can't say I'm not like a hypocrite as regards to that. I'm not gonna act like I'm being objectively unbiased to certain people that I like and don't like, but Stephen A. Smith tries to play that, and that's what makes him a clown for that situation. But again, he tried to put on this HBCU jacket to act pro-black, to act like he's a man of the people, he's for the cause, he supports black schools and all that, but it's just a facade. He doesn't preaches what he teaches, and he's just a corporate suit for the powers that be that's controlling him. And you could see that when he talked about the Ray Rice situation. I'm gonna always bring that up whenever Stephen A. Smith is a topic of conversation, because that was the day that he got his nuts clipped and he got publicly neutered, wherein he had to apologize and he got suspended. And ever since then, he's been a good old boy for the ESPN higher ups, and he hasn't said a peep or a word, or he hasn't rocked the cradle. So he's gonna continue doing that for however long he's able to do this job, even though he could go make his own podcast and make his own money. But I think he likes his cushy job at ESPN, and I don't blame him. You gonna do what you gotta do to pay your family, but don't act like you're for the people and you're for black causes, or you're pro-black and all that stuff, because really you're just a shield for ESPN and a poster board for what the face of quote-unquote coon is, and he doesn't like that face, but it is what it is. So those are my thoughts and opinions on the matter. This is Edo Speaks out.